Assassin's Creed Unity is a hidden gem lost in time, and everybody needs to play it. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you probably know that I have a very strong detest for Ubisoft. But what if I told you that a lot of that hatred comes from a place of love? There were a lot of fantastic Ubisoft games that have a very special place in my heart, such as Watch Dogs 1, Far Cry 2, Assassin's Creed 3, and Raving Rabbids on the Wii. While those games may not have been 10 out of 10 groundbreaking, market-changing masterpieces, they sure as hell stuck with me after playing them. Even though the company may be putting out shameless slop now, there's no reason why you can't go back and enjoy some of the amazing titles they used to put out, like Assassin's Creed Unity. When Unity came out in November of 2014, people were very split on whether it was decent, good, or the fall of North America. But even with the standards we have in 2024, I don't just think Unity is a good game, I think it's a great game. The first point I want to talk about is the protagonist Arno. Arno is a Frenchman who lost his father at a very young age and was taken in by his love interest's dad, which was nice of him, however, kind of makes them step-siblings, which is a tad odd, but the relationship between Arno and Elise is very well written and pushes you to keep playing the game just because you want to see what happens next. Aside from the romance, Arno is a very goofy character and is basically Assassin's Creed's Flynn Rider. I mean, if Ubisoft didn't take inspiration from Tangled for Arno, I would be surprised.
No. This is bad. This is very, very bad. This is really bad. They just can't get my nose right. Who cares?
Thick-headed blacksmith like you probably can't even read or watch. Come over here and say that! No.
Early on in the story, Arno's adoptive father is murdered, and Arno is framed as the culprit. So the campaign is a classic revenge tale, where you try to find out why the assassination happened, and how you can bring violent justice to the killer. And speaking of violent justice, the gameplay is absolutely incredible. Even if you don't like the characters or the story, the missions are so fun because Ubisoft lets you handle them however you want. There is always a multitude of ways to assassinate a target, and every mission feels different because every mission is different. Unlike most Ubisoft games today, nothing's really copy and pasted. There's always multiple ways to enter a spot where the target might be, and different opportunities that are given to the player, so you don't just walk up to the guy, slap him in the face with a hidden blade, and rinse repeat. Even if you don't want to be an assassin that hides in the shadows, you can use guns if you want, which isn't very effective because it's the 18th century, but it does give some extra flavor to an already delicious rainbow sherbet. The only shortcomings with the missions is that they are level based, so you have to constantly upgrade gear and level up to advance through the game, which would be fun, but the upgrades you can actually afford don't boost your stats very much because Ubisoft being Ubisoft wants you to buy time savers, which means that it's encouraged to spend real money on a single player game you already bought so you can progress through the game easier. What a dick shit company. To be real though, even when the game hits me with that high level mission warning, I still plow through like a boss because I'm cracked Justin, baby. Cracked out on video games like it's my 9 to 5. Sorry ladies, I'm taken by this greasy ass mattress that I never get off of. Somebody please help me. Aside from the amazing story and missions though, the world is easily the most incredible part of the game. 18th century France is an experience to walk through in Assassin's Creed Unity. There are NPCs dancing, walking together, and doing different things, making the world feel truly lively. The structures are accurate to the time period, and there's even real-life locations featured in the game, such as the Church of Notre Dame. Typically in Ubisoft games, I will sprint everywhere because I just don't care to see the world. However, in Assassin's Creed Unity, I take my time walking down the streets because I think it's worth it to immerse myself in this interpretation of France during the Revolution. And because I play the game one sip at a time, I stumble across all kinds of cool stuff. I found this newspaper that mentioned Dr. Joseph Guillotine experimenting with the idea of an execution device that's more humane, and as many of you guys with a grade 10 history education under your belt may know, Dr. Joseph Guillotine was a real person during the time period Assassin's Creed Unity takes place. The only thing that I think is stupid is how the main characters speak a bunch of English and then pump out a mademoiselle or a monsieur to remind the audience that these are French people.
I couldn't sneak through a sewer in these threads, much less a ball. Here, mon ami. Let me take care of that.
Thank you, young man.
The game should have been entirely French with subtitles because it takes a lot of the immersion away when NPCs speak exclusively French, but the main characters speak modern day English. There are doors and chests around the map that require you to lockpick, and this has got to be the coolest lockpicking minigame I've ever seen. I mean, look at that animation. Damn! I feel like Unity represents a Ubisoft that we don't have anymore. Even though at launch it had a bunch of bugs and glitches, the cutscenes are animated so well and bring all of the characters to life. And if we skip a decade and take a glance at their cutscene animation now, it definitely makes you scratch your head and wonder what the hell went wrong. The game averages around 17 hours to beat the story, and that's okay. A shorter game is a whole lot better than a game that stretches out its playtime to give the illusion of feeling bigger, when it's more like a hamburger you buy at the zoo, which is 10% meat, 90% filling, and $90 out of your pocket that you're never getting back. Assassin's Creed Unity is beautiful, packed with content, fun, and oh yeah, it has multiplayer, I forgot to mention that. So if you see it hanging around Steam, PlayStation, or the Xbox store for $5, don't be an idiot. Unity is amazing. Do yourself a favor and play the game. It won't change your life, it won't fill the void that Red Dead or Elden Ring probably left you with, but it's definitely worth it. At this point, I've done a lot of talking. What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Unity? Have you played it? Do you hate it? And if so, make sure to leave your answer in the comments below and I'll check it out as soon as I possibly can. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and make sure to have a good one.